Alright guys, welcome to a different style video today. I'm actually predicting the Euro 2020 tournament, and I know it's Friday, and yes, Italy won, so there we go. Let's throw Italy at number 1 in the Group A. I think they're going to be number 1 anyway. But they won 3-0 against Turkey, and I thought Turkey would be stronger than they were. So that actually threw a wrench in my original prediction. So this will be updated after Italy won the one game. So this is being recorded about 6 p.m. Eastern time on Friday after the game. So Group A, we have Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales. So Italy, they've been undefeated for about 2 years now. So I don't think they're going to lose any games in this. This would be pretty good 3-0 for them. Second place, I think Switzerland and Turkey will be fighting off for second place. They'll be very close, very tight. Switzerland, Shaqiri's got to show up. Xhaka's got to boss the midfield. In Turkey, they have a solid defense. They got Toprak and they got Çalhanoğlu. Hopefully Çalhanoğlu will do his thing. He's great from set pieces, dead ball situations, really anything. And Wales, Bale has to do well, because this team is a bit of young and old. There's no real middle ground. It's not that great. That is my prediction for Group A. We got Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales. On to Group B, we got Russia, Belgium, Denmark, and Finland. This, I think, is the most top-heavy group. Belgium is going to win the group easily. Now, between Russia and Denmark, I'm not 100% sure who's going to win between them. I want to go Denmark right now because they have Christian Eriksen, who's a beast on his own, and Yusuf Poulsen is generally pretty good for Leipzig. So, on that regard, I'm going to pick Denmark ahead of Russia and Finland to come up in last. Group C now, we've got Austria, North Macedonia, Ukraine, and Netherlands. Again, a pretty top heavy. Netherlands, I think they're going to take it, but they have a potential to flop this year. I don't know why. It's just a bit of a feeling that they may not do as well as they should. But they have a good roster. Coach, again, the coach is the biggest issue for me, but I think they're still going to be number 1. Probably 7 points. They'll draw with, say, Austria in second. And Ukraine and North Macedonia will be pulling up the bottom too. So on to Group D, which I'm going to leave it like this. We've got Scotland, England, Croatia, and Czech Republic. England and Croatia are probably the 2 top teams in this group. We all know what happens with England. They often choke, and they have a lot of players who are highly rated, and they just never mix. For that reason alone, I think Croatia is going to come out on top, with England in second, Scotland in third, and the Czech Republic coming in fourth. It's going to be close, but if England does click, for sure, they'll be in number 1, but if they don't click, I think Croatia will beat them. They got Modric, they got Perisic, they got Mandzukic. They've got a very good, experienced team. They made it to the World Cup final. They beat England in that 2018 World Cup, but they're a little older. England's got a lot of youth. They got Foden, they got Sancho, they got Rashford, they got Sterling. He's not as young anymore, but you get the point. They have a good roster. They may draw. I don't know. England may slip up somewhere, giving Croatia the first place, but we're going to leave it as Croatia 1, England 2 right now, with Scotland coming in third. So, Group E, we got Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Slovakia. For me, Spain wins the group, followed by Poland, Sweden, and Slovakia. This is probably one of the more balanced groups, in my opinion at least. Spain is good. They haven't been great. They don't have Ramos. Don't ask me why he wasn't chosen for the team. I think he's still Spain's best defender. Poland's got Lewandowski. Lewandowski probably should win the Ballon d'Or this year after breaking Gerd Muller's record, but we never know what's going to happen. Sweden, Emil Forsberg is pretty good for Sweden. They have a decent defensive system. They play as a unit. They got a lot of heat for being rough in the 2018 World Cup, but we'll see. Slovakia, they got Marek Hamšík. That's their star player, and that's really it. It'll be close between these two. If Poland has good service for Lewandowski, they'll be a threat, but otherwise I think this is the way it will go. Now, Group of Death. Portugal used to be Ronaldo Gal, but I don't think they're Ronaldo Gal anymore, because they got Bernardo Silva, they got Bruno Fernandes, they have Renato Sanchez, who's back in form. They have a great defensive system. It's just a decent team right now. Little top heavy, but the defense will hold it fort down. France, World Cup winners. They're probably the best roster in the tournament. Germany, they've been super inconsistent lately. Suffered I believe it was 7-1 defeat to Spain in the fall, so they're trying to make amends for everything. And Hungary, they're just I feel bad for them right now. But in this group, I think it'll end up being France on top, Portugal in second, Germany third, Hungary fourth. I think Germany will finish third. The most points they get in this group, I think, is 3, because they're playing so poor lately. Now on to the best third place teams. So I think Turkey for sure in Group A will get it. Sweden in Group E. I'm gonna say Germany takes it in Group F with 3 points, because 3 points should be enough. If they beat Hungary, that should be enough to get them through. And in Group B, we're going to go with Russia. Now we're going to continue and go for our bracket. So round of 16, Belgium versus Sweden. That's pretty easy. Belgium. Italy and Austria. Italy. France and Turkey. We got France, of course. England, Poland. Again, it depends on a few factors. Lewandowski's service. If he gets good service, he scores goals. England, if they gel, they'll win this easily. But if they don't gel, it'll be a contest. Remember the Iceland in 2016 when England lost? Yeah, exactly. So I'm still going to go for England, though. I kind of want to see this matchup. And now we have Spain and Russia. That one's pretty easy for me. Croatia versus Portugal. Going to go with Portugal. Netherlands versus Germany. So both these teams have been inconsistent, which is a tough decision here. But I don't know. The roster-wise, they're both strong. Both Germany got Sané, Gnabry. Muller's back. They've got Werner, who a lot of people think can't finish. But if he finds a way to start finishing, he'll be a hell of a striker. They have a solid defense. Hummels is back as well. They have Kroos, Goretzka, Kimmich in the midfield. They have Neuer. It's a roster to contend with. They should be a top 4 team, but the coach Löw is not very good at his job. But I actually think they might get out of that. So let's go with Germany. And then Switzerland or Denmark. Again, tough one, very close one. So I'm going to go, Denmark was stronger in the World Cup, but Switzerland generally perform well as a team. So let's go Switzerland. Belgium and Italy, it's going to be tight, but Belgium, if De Bruyne is healthy, I know is a bit up in the air of his fitness right now, but it's the group stage. So hopefully by the time round of 16 quarterfinals comes around, he'll be fit. Italy's got that strong defensive system, but I still think Belgium with De Bruyne, Lukaku, Hazard has been injured, but he should be able to get over it and play for his country well. He generally plays well for Belgium no matter what the circumstances have been during that season. So with that in mind, we're going to pick Belgium. France versus England. Even if England gels, I don't think they beat France. Conte, Mbappe, Benzema's back after his issues with the sex tape scandals. They have a solid defense. Lloris in net. They have a good midfield. Pogba, Conte. Griezmann always plays well for his country. Somehow Giroud will show up every game for France. The way he plays is key for some of their success. Even though in the World Cup he didn't have a single goal, his movement off the ball was elite. Spain, Portugal. Tough one too, but I think Portugal will take it over Spain. The way the roster's built, they have a good, strong roster. Bernardo Silva, Ronaldo's there. They have Joao Felix. They have Renato Sanchez, Bruno Fernandes. They have a bunch of guys. I know Bruno Fernandes scores a lot of penalties, but he's still a good midfielder. And Germany, Switzerland. Again, with Switzerland isn't as strong of a roster on paper. It does depend on how well Germany is coached. If they're coached well, if they're a good machine, they will win this game. They have the roster to do it. So I'm going to go with Germany. Now on to semi-finals. Belgium, France, and Portugal versus Germany. Tough decision here. Belgium and France repeat of the World Cup semi-final, and I think it will repeat again. I think France will take this one. And Portugal versus Germany. They were in the group stage together. It seems like 3 of the 4 group of death teams are in the semi-final right now, because they are 3 of the top, I would say, top 5 teams in the tournament if Germany's on their game. Portugal versus Germany is a tough decision to make, but I'm leaning a bit towards Portugal because it will be a repeat of the Euro 2016. But in the back of my mind, I think that Germany may get over their World Cup issues, all their form issues. If the coach again could actually figure out a good game plan, they will get over their hump and they would probably win the game. I think it'll be a 1-0, 2-1 type scoreline. But I actually will throw the wrench in and say Germany. And in the final, we've gotten all the way this far. France got Germany, and I think France will win it. I think France wins. It's not going to be that close in the end. They are the best team in the world. They have potentially the best player in the world for the next 10 years in Kylian Mbappe. I know Erling Haaland is quite a good player, and Jadon Sancho does a lot of flicks and tricks, but I mean, with Sancho especially, he doesn't defend. He is very inconsistent. Even though he does score goals, he is inconsistent in that front. Haaland will score every game. Mbappe too, he'll score most games as well. But yeah, those are my predictions. Let me know what you think of them. There are predictions. It's just my thoughts. There's nothing really to write home about. It's not about who I support, who I don't support. I will not reveal who I support for this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos. Next week, we're going back to cards, and have a great day.